What's up, Bengal fans? It's your host, Joey Karni, and I want to thank you for clicking on this video. It was an amazing experience, and I can't wait for you to watch the full episode and enjoy it just as much as I did filming it. Now, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below to stay up to date with all the Angles activity right here on YouTube. Now, enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Angle Podcast. I am joined again by now. This time I can give him a different introduction because last time I said he wasn't the TNA World Champion. This time I can say he is officially the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Please welcome Moose.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing? Welcome back to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me again.
Awesome. I know the last time that we spoke, it's been a few weeks, and so much has changed for you, for Impact, really for the wrestling world. You're officially the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It's back in commission, and you must be pretty happy about that. What are your thoughts regarding this title being back as officially a title?
I still feel the same because I always consider myself a champion. I always consider myself the TNA Heavyweight Champion. I've had title defenses. I haven't lost the title for the past year. So I don't know what Scott thought he was doing. I don't know if he thought he was doing me a favor, but it doesn't really do anything for me personally because he just did whatever. He just made, I guess, whatever I already knew anyway for the past year.
Of course. And you being Mr. Impact, your work and commitment to that title has now created, more opportunities for everyone in the company. What does it mean for you to be now, not only a significant part of the history of the company and the title, but also to be someone behind having those new opportunities?
That's what we work for. We work to be in the grandest stage of your company, and that's what I've been doing for the past year, working my butt off to get all the opportunities that I've been getting, and it's I guess the hard work is finally paying off.
Of course, and you are the wrestling god, and we kind of spoke on this before. JBL has someone who's labeled himself as the wrestling god. There's other people that have had that moniker. What does it mean for Moose to be the wrestling god? What's the meaning behind that?
I'm a guy who could do literally anything and everything in the ring. I hate when I get that comparison to JBL because let's be honest, JBL hasn't wrestled in 20, 30 years, whatever it is. So I doubt he even cares what anybody is calling himself. And another fact is we're both were two different wrestlers. He wrestled a certain style, I wrestled a certain style. And why do I call myself a wrestling guy? I just answered it. I could do literally anything and everything in a wrestling ring.
Of course, and the moves that we've been seeing from you over the last few months, for example, the Spanish Fly with Kenny Omega at Hard to Kill. Can you kind of elaborate on why you chose to use that move at that moment and at that time?
Easy. I mean, you're in the ring with somebody that everybody has a lot of respect for, including myself, Kenny Omega. Somebody that everybody looks at as one of the best talent in our industry. And what other way to get noticed by to do a move that everybody think is so cool or so wow factor to a guy like Kenny Omega,
Yeah, and a big part of everything that's happening for you now stems from the body transformation that you've had over the last couple months, year or so. What was the reasoning behind you getting into the best shape of your life at the moment and that mentality?
Because I think the last few years in professional wrestling, I've been basically just going off of talent. And talent has taken me very far. And a good buddy of mine, actually a real good buddy of mine, EC3, I know we had this feud, and it was about controlling your narrative. And that feud not only taught me how to look at my wrestling in a different aspect in the ring, but to also look at my whole body of work. And I think the one thing that was holding me back was being the total package was the way I looked. My talent is a star caliber it's a talent of a star caliber player, but the way I looked wasn't. I mean, I'm good at talking. I have great presence. I'm really good in the ring, and the only thing that was holding me back was the way I looked physically. So as soon as I worked on that side of me, then no doubt you could call me a total package in professional wrestling. So
Of course, being the wrestling god, it all makes sense.
yeah,
But you have a different background than most professional wrestlers. You come from a football background, but it wasn't football that you actually wanted to start your career with, correct? It was originally pro wrestling. So if you
yeah.
could kind of talk about how you broke into football and then got back on sort of, I guess you could say, back on your own track to professional wrestling.
It was just one of those things where I always wanted to be a wrestler, but I had to make changes because of the financial benefits that football was giving me. So while I was playing football, I still always knew I wanted to be a wrestler, but I was making so much money that I couldn't just throw it away to chase the dream of being a professional wrestler. So I saved up as much as I could, and before I decided to start this journey.
Of course. And coming up in just a few short weeks, Saturday, March 13th, Sacrifice. It's quite possibly the biggest match of your career. You face Rich Swann for the Impact World title. And this is going to be, I think, the second time that two African American superstars headline a pay per view for the world title. And I know you touched on it before when it was, Chris Bay and Rich. What does it mean to be continuing that legacy?
First of all, let me rephrase you. It's going to be the biggest match of Rich Swann's career, not mine. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of bigger matches with other people than Rich Swann, and not saying that I'm not excited to be getting in the ring with Rich Swann because I 100% am. I 100% am because of the stakes that's on the line. And Rich Swann is himself one of the best wrestlers in the world, and definitely a superstar talent. Is a star, carries himself as a star. And like you said, it's second time that, or actually, it'll be the third time that two African Americans have main evented a pay per view in wrestling history, I believe. But I can't even tell you what the stakes are, but I guarantee it will be the first time in wrestling, period, that two African Americans have had the stakes as high as it is next Saturday. And I can't even announce what those stakes are, but I'm sure you'll be watching it on Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, am I excited about it? Yeah, of course I'm excited about it. I get to share the ring with a great talent, and with my talent and with Rich Swann's talent, I could only guarantee you one thing: we're all going to put on a 5-star match, and afterwards, I'm going to be considered the new undisputed Impact TNA World Champion.
And I'm looking forward to that because the matches that you've had, throughout your Impact Wrestling career, but really over the last year or so, every match is just a classic, fantastic match that you put on. So I'm excited to see that match go down. But what is the mindset when you're trying to get to the Impact World Heavyweight Championship? You're holding the TNA title, but it's not officially the title. In your mind, it is. And at the same time, you find out that now it's officially a title. So everything you've been working for is kind of, like it's all different now. Now you're a world champion going after another world championship. So what is that perspective, all that happening kind of at the same time?
I guess you could call me the belt collector. And on next weekend, I'm going to have a chance to collect another title, another world title.
Of course. And if you were to become the Impact World Heavyweight Champion, you think there are any plans, or at least on your end, do you think there are any plans to unify the titles and, to defend both, or would you be defending just one after the unified? What's kind of the mindset behind that?
I don't know, but you might want to watch this Tuesday's episode. That will answer a lot of questions.
And, always giving a different perspective from the positive side as well. If you don't win at Sacrifice, does it knock your confidence still knowing that you are still holding the world title?
If I don't win at Sacrifice, I haven't even thought about that because losing is not in my mindset. But just to answer your question, if I don't win, I still know I'm sure my performance and sacrifice will still go down. I will still go down as one of the best wrestlers in the world and one of the definitely the best big man in professional wrestling, just because of the mindset of things that I'm going to accomplish in that match. So win, lose, or draw, that's the mindset I'm going with.
And now officially being the TNA World Champion, going after the Impact World title, it puts you in a different position when it comes to Impact and AEW and even New Japan. What would it mean to you to kind of be the flag bearer for Impact, being the front of the line, going up against these other promotions?
I mean, it'll be cool, but I can't like make plans for something that I don't even know what's going on with the whole relationship. But I mean, if something with New Japan ever comes up and whatever we're doing with AEW becomes bigger, yeah, I mean, that's always a good feeling. But honestly, I can't speak on it because I don't know much of what's going on with it.
Of course. And you've already had some interaction with the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Do you think that when you beat Rich Swann at Sacrifice and you're holding all of the titles in Impact, do you think that it's almost inevitable that you're going to go up against Kenny Omega, champion versus champion? Would that be something you're interested in?
I can't answer that question, but watching this Tuesday on Access TV will answer all the questions about what's going next, what's happening next, and what the stakes all the stakes are in this match.
Awesome. So basically, everybody watching right now, you have to watch. It's almost a must. It is a must. You have to watch Impact on Tuesday to find out what's going on with Moose and Sacrifice. Do you have any opponent in mind that you haven't faced already that you would think would be a great fit to go up against you for the TNA World title?
It doesn't matter. Bring him by. I'll knock him down. Anybody you want. Kenny, anybody, AEW, New Japan, whoever, bring him down, and I'll bring him up, and I'll knock him down.
Of course, and the TNA World title has such a great history, such great lineage. Is there any former champion? We kind of talked about just now, any person you'd like to face for that title, but any former champion that you would like to see maybe come back and get one more shot at that title, being that you are Mr. Impact?
Yeah, obviously. I know we have a thing with AEW. I don't necessarily know what the thing is, but I see Sting is back, and Sting was one of the biggest TNA heavyweight champions. So I mean, I'll give Sting a crack at my world title. I mean, he's not going to last more than 5 minutes, but just to answer your question, I'll give Sting a chance to go back to glory or go back to fame by trying to get the title from me.
Awesome. And you've had such a great career in Impact, just rising to the occasion, being at the top throughout your entire career. When you first got into pro wrestling, did you think that this would be the position that you eventually be in, being a world champion, but also competing for multiple world championships?
Oh yeah, of course. I set my goals high, and I knew if I put all my effort and dedication to this, great things will happen, and that's exactly what's going on right now.
Awesome. And for fans watching right now, what would be the message you want to send to them before Sacrifice, before Impact on Tuesday? We find out everything that's happening with the world title scene and Impact. What would be the message that you want to send to them?
Make sure you check this match out. You don't want to miss it. It's definitely going to go down as one of the best matches in Impact Wrestling's history, and definitely one of the best matches in 2021.
Of course. And is there any challenge that you face, confidence-wise, going to this match, with the stakes being so high? Not that they've been announced yet, but being that it is a world title match, what is the mindset behind that when this is going to be a big match? There's so much surrounding this match. What's the mindset for you stepping in on Saturday at Sacrifice?
Business as usual, like Belichick used to say. Business as usual. It's just another day in the office.
Awesome, another day in the office. Great answer. So for the fans watching right now, where could they find you on social media? Where could they follow you and learn more about Moose?
My Twitter is the Moose Nation, and my Instagram is Moose Nation 69, and that's it.
Perfect. And what's the other question? I have one more question for you here, and it just got deleted here. Okay. And it's always, I can't believe I forgot this question. It's one of the questions that I like to ask all my guests. And at the end of your career, whenever that is, what do you want your legacy to be when you step away from pro wrestling?
That I was one of the best wrestlers in the world and the best big man in professional wrestling. When you think about big men, my name come up first.
Awesome. I appreciate your time to come on and talk again and just give more information regarding what's going to be happening next with Impact. And now that you're officially the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, congrats on that. And I'm excited for Sacrifice and what's to come.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Let's go!